Picking right back up. Where are we here? Cutscenes, power up robot, boss fight, switching levels. I'm so tired of animation frames. But this could be what's next. I don't even really remember how this worked. Whether it was a collectible of some kind. I think there was just like a brown square sprite. Something like that. Where's that? Random objects? No. Collectibles. No, there's no. Oh, I gotta do the second one. That's kind of the same though. It's just the gun is different. Flying, stand, transform. Walking. Okay. Parts, what is this? Parts test, power up test? This is it, yep. Okay. More like collectible test, I guess you could say. Test. There's collectibles. Guess I could start. So rescue. Okay. Rescue. Power up. Homing missiles. Laser. Okay, so there's power up test. So let's grab this all the way to here. Oh, probably. Ah, shit. Homing. Laser. Nice. This all the way to here. No. Here. Deselect the folder. Point. Well, I guess I should do. It's just gonna have flying. What in the hell is this? Okay. So he's gonna be on the player layer. Let's see, player is at, he's gonna be in front of the player or behind the player. Player's at 1000. I'll put him at 1001. that. I think he's supposed to have a little smoke trail. I wonder if I can copy the particle system. Oh, I'm gonna have to do homing bullets. Pretty sure. It's definitely going to be a new script as well. No? I didn't click on that. Okay. He'll have power robot. He'll have shooter. And it'll be a friend. I thought there was like a... Oh, that was the gun, right? So he's gonna have a gun. The gun is gonna have... Where was that? Where the hell was that? Where did I specify? Was that in the bullet? Move type, homing laser. Okay. How did I do that? Right, it's very similar to the... We'll just give it this thing. Homing. Okay. It's normal material, it's not made of energy. Go ahead and copy from this thing the smoke. Where is that? Oh, okay, here we go. Give him the smoke. Where is it? Is there a reason it's that insane? Did I shrink it? Or did I change some things? Simulated space. Why is it different? There we go. Now that makes more sense. But it's way too much smoke. I think, unless I move it down a little bit. It's not too bad. just need it to be smaller. Scale. There. Okay. So definitely I'm gonna need smoke. I think it's a particle system. Is that a pipe? It is. Oh, it's called neck smoke. Alright. Just kind of getting a few base things together. Fife Beelby. Fife Beelby. I think you've been here before. How's it going? Let's see. As far as I know, the only language Unity still supports, which is Java. I mean, Java, C#. Can get a basic power up going. Yo, David Quinsands, what's happening, man? Just getting started today. Let's see here. Put this on the bullet layer. Nice. No other languages matter. Everything should just be TypeScript and C#. Man, you don't even know. I've been using C, C++ a lot lately. It's pretty nice. It's pretty damn Nice. All right, so I'm gonna need box, cover, trigger. This is gonna be a new script. Power up, select. Go in Rust. I've heard a lot of good things. Well, like, I guess various good things about each one of those. Collect. Not bad. I mean, it's exactly where I left it yesterday. I haven't done any work on this game outside of the streaming. Got a lot done. Mostly building up all the features that I need in order to start building out all the levels. It's a side-scrolling shooter where you can jump out of your ship at any moment and jump into enemy ships. I guess I can set up a really quick example here. Just kill this guy. Bring in, these guys will enter the scene by themselves. This other stuff that I just added can be ignored. And you can kind of see what's going on here. They should enter the scene. There they go. And I can like, there's kind of a bug there, but I can jump out of the ship, right? And land in other ships. And there are certain scenarios that you can set up where you can land on these gigantic, massive ships. And you know, you're in sort of a run and gun situation. I gotta add some camera shaking effects. That's what I really need here. I should add that to the list just for fun. Oh, shit. Alright, totally forgot to add that to the list, I think. Let's put this in like some bonus stuff here. Camera shake. That's pretty easy to do. I should do a tutorial on that, huh? Especially for a game like this where the camera doesn't really move. Like, doesn't really scroll around the screen at all. Yeah, it does a little bit, but... yeah, I thought about that. Just never did anything with that. Seems a little overpowered, but it's not like there's really that much of a difficulty curve going on in this game. That's kind of what this thing is going to end up being. This guy here. It's basically a drone that follows your ship around and acts as like an extra gun that's kind of flying with you. So I just got a link. This is going to be a power up. Let's say, so unlock robots. Let's see, I guess I can do this in player. Launch trigger, enter. Power up, collect. So the ship turns into the robot. No, the ship doesn't turn into the robot. That would be cool though. No, it's just like an extra buddy that follows you around. Then if unlock robot is that no. So I guess here's where I would instantiate that. Or I would just say something like collect. And then the player would just call collect. Call collect. Alright. So instantiate. Unlock robot. That's pretty much it. I don't know what the default is, but. Oh, and then also destroy myself. And it's going to have some kind of a move speed. Or I guess I can attach a movement to it. That doesn't really matter. And then an auto kill bounce and some other stuff like that. Alright, let's do that. So then I probably need to have rigid body. You know what? Nah, I'm not going to bother with all that stuff. Just going to simplify this. Let's say it moves at around 2. And then I guess also if position.x is less than -1, just destroy it. Okay. That's actually a lot of stuff. So if I, no overrides, I delete this guy and just attach this guy here. Should be enough. Let's move this thing out of the way. That should be enough of a test anyway. Nope. Doesn't feel that way sometimes. What's broke here? Nothing. Everything's working fine. Where's player? What's the box collider size on this? 0.3? Is that right? Can't see it because this thing's green. Yeah, I guess it is. So where's my box collider? Should get triggered here. Mouse player. Nope, there it is. Oh. What? Oh, get component. Collision dot get component. Oops. That'll work. There it is. And I collected him. I just gotta have him follow me around. So I'm gonna say that he's gonna be like locked somewhere. I guess I gotta link him up to the player. Well, he already knows where the player is, so that's easy enough. Comments. So that should keep him locked to wherever the player is, but that would just always put him there. I guess that's kind of okay. Oh yeah, that's supposed to happen actually. I just haven't done that yet. And you know what? That's also not on the to-do list. That's probably why I keep forgetting about it. So I'm gonna do that. Somewhere right here. Ship flame. Player ship flame. Bigger and smaller and moving back and forth. So instead of having him be locked to my position, I'm going to give him some speed and then he can follow me more naturally. Follow speed 0, I don't know, 1.0. Depends on how fast I move. Oh yeah, it's just all right here. It's been getting shorter and shorter, which is nice. There's not too much left. Let's see. Yeah, oh, I don't need any distance. No distance to player. Distance, maybe vector 2 distance, layered up, transform position and position. If this, I guess I always want him to go, yeah, let me set that up. Desired position. How about that? And that's what that other thing was. So this is player transform position dot x, player transform position dot y plus 0.5 as a test. And I want to get to my desired position. If distance desired is less than, is greater than almost anything, not necessarily 0, whatever my maximum move speed is, because I don't want to move further than I could in one frame. So move. Yeah, I guess it's the same. Follow speed times step time. Hey, look who it is. Yeah, what's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
Not much.
Just finished my workout.
Oh, cool, man.
Which my workout has really just been a lot of stretching, trying to get my hip loose.
That's good.
I'm trying to go to the chiropractor soon.
Oh man, old man problems.
A hip reset. Yeah. Well, funnily enough, I think I've had this for a while, and I've thought about going to the chiropractor for years. I just never went because, you go to the doctor and you tell them this, and they're like, "Oh, you try physical therapy. Chiropractors, sometimes cause more problems." And at the time, I don't think about it, but then afterwards, I'm like, yeah, like doctors never cause any problems, like they just fucking prescribe you with shit before they know what it's gonna do to you.
Yeah, I mean, they don't always know everything about you. that is different from the average person.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not even taking it into consideration. They're just basing everything off that standardized norm that they read in textbooks instead of like the fluctuations and differences. They're trying to give you like the umbrella approach, lowest common denominator, first, like, Occam's razor, do what the thing it's most likely to do, and then start working down. And I get that helps the most people numerically.
Isn't that
but
what
the
you
people
want?
who have problems, but no, I mean overall, yeah. But then you're basically separating yourself from all those other people. The minority is not your concern then, because all the people who don't fit that standardized norm or are in a situation where their ailment is something that seems very similar to something that's very common but isn't, they're the ones that are SOL, because by the time that you actually are like, okay, we knocked everything. I know you've been saying this for years, but finally now I agree because of all these tests that I've said that we can try it. And then it's like, oh, now it's too late.
But
you know what I mean? Because
it still is the best and least expensive place to start troubleshooting your issue, more or less.
I mean, if you treat a human being like a printer, sure. If you turn the entire medical system into a business or a franchise, sure, that makes perfect sense. But that's not what it should be. It's health. It's medicine. It's the
But
like
still, efficiency is involved. If you were to take the maximum amount of care and time on every single individual, you would never get to anybody.
No. I highly
You'd need a lot more doctors, that's for sure.
Sure. I mean, there's definitely, it's not like, oh, flip a switch and everything's fixed. I'm just saying that's definitely not structured that way, like at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely ways you can like pipeline things.
Well, it's too much of a business, is what I'm saying. Because in other countries, I'll read stories of like people, obviously they're paying for it in their taxes, right? But they'll talk about stories where like a simple cough, that their parent thought was kind of weird. They insisted on their doctor, and they lived in Canada or something. And like the doctor was like, well, I don't think it's that, but we can try something. And they ran like some tests that they would normally do. They found out it was something big, and then within like a week, they had flown in like some. And this is just a normal person. This isn't like a rich dude in Canada or anything. They've flown in some expert from like another country to come and like treat him. And within a month, he was like in recovery. Something that was
Yeah, I mean, it's always
crazy.
in your best interest to get multiple opinions as well.
Sure. I can only know from my experience. And my
Like
experience
if you
with
feel um, not confident in, your medical professional, absolutely, you should.
yeah, but the way it's structured is you can't easily do that. Every fucking doctor's appointment is like $150,
Oh
and the
yeah, I
first
mean the whole
appointment,
insurance system is broken. That's for sure.
the first, yeah, I mean the whole, it's all linked though, is what I'm
Yeah,
saying. They
for
all
sure.
kind of leech off of each other. So I don't believe in the system as a whole, because I mean logically, if you have machines that can like scan for stuff, why don't people get, why isn't a full body scan as normal as a yearly vaccine?
I mean, you're supposed to get a checkup, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what it
come
involves,
on.
dude.
A checkup is
I
basically
don't get
like
them.
just talk with the doctor and tell them anything that's been on your mind.
Is it? That sounds like a
Yeah,
psychologist.
it does, but that's what a doctor does, dude. Like I've been to different like kinds of doctors, and like ones that were strictly from the government, like mandated fucking Broward Health, and over here like the state that like UW medicine, which is supposed to be actually pretty good, and it's just the approach. Like it's like you can almost tell that they don't even know what to do. They're kind of like, if you insist enough on anything, they'll do it, but they don't really know where to go. Like one time, you could just be having a bad day, and they ask you something, and like if you're down, and they'll be like, "Oh, have you ever been depressed?" And all of a sudden, they're like getting their prescription pad out to write you antidepressants, when like you know what I mean? Like it's never like it's so. I've been prescribed things that I didn't need to be prescribed. A lot of things I didn't take
Yeah, most things you
because
don't
it's
need to be
just
prescribed, probably.
exactly, and it's just what's crazy to me is how easy you can be prescribed these things. Like I would have issues with like a headache, and then they're like, oh, they do the really basic ibuprofen, acetaminophen, a cold compress. It's like most of the time when you tell them something and you're not like dying in front of them, they're just gonna give you some like basic care kind of routine thing. Um, so I mean, I get it from their point of view too, because how would they know? It's just the whole thing is kind of broken. Um, where like after I'm like, okay, well, those headache medicine things don't work, and then they start providing me stuff that's not normally used for headaches, but maybe it could do it because it's like not even considering the side effects, just trying to solve the particular issue.
I agree. It's probably not the best approach. Um,
Mm-hmm.
d- uh, Going that route, I wouldn't agree that. I mean, maybe you just have a really string of bad luck. I don't agree that every doctor is that careless, but um, what was I gonna say? But yeah, I do agree that that's a pretty shitty way to go about it, because I know I've gone in just from being, from feeling sick, and they immediately take me into a room and start doing tests on me to try and figure out what it is. And that's primarily because I went directly to a specialist right off the bat.
Right, exactly. That's a big difference. Like
Yeah.
if you go through your primary care, you're gonna have like 3 appointments before you actually
Yeah,
get that
screw
shit
health
done.
insurance. I mean, that's one of the main reasons I go outside the health insurance system as much as I can, is because it's like just way too many rules and restrictions. It's like I'm just gonna find a doctor that I can. And I mean, and in that situation, yes, it sucks because, I mean, it'll be more expensive depending on what it is, but the biggest problem is that some people refuse to see you if you don't have insurance, and that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, while I was out here, I had a moment where I was able to enjoy actual like the Medicaid thing while I was on unemployment. So I mean, that helps, right? But it's like the threshold for where they help you is too low. Like I remember when I first moved out here and I was working and I was making okay money to pay bills and I still had a little bit to put away. I was just over the threshold to get any help. But for me to start paying what I needed to pay for healthcare stuff would have brought me down to not really, to barely paying my bills and maybe kind of saving some money, And so, I don't know. It's interesting. Like being from, like growing up in Florida and stuff, there's definitely a lot of people that abuse systems and stuff like that. So I guess I understand that aspect of it as well, but I mean,
True.
I'm kind of seriously thinking eventually moving to like Canada or Europe or something. Even though Canada's still got rednecks.
What?
Trailer Park Boys.
Sorry, position. I guess everything on Z will be 0. Doesn't really matter. In this sense. Ah! Alright, so he follows to the correct position. He bounces around, which I don't like. So I think this should be like should be a shorter amount of max move. That doesn't even make sense. If anything, that would increase the problem. Yeah. Fall speed. I'm assuming that move would end up being I want the overall magnitude to be this. Right, so that's actually this calculation is not correct. So move is the direction. So bust out some trigonometry here. This should be cosine, I believe. Cosine of magnitude. Sine.
I got this new apparatus.
Apparatus. Didn't you show me a new apparatus the other day?
There's an even newer one.
Oh man.
Because that one was like, it was cool. It introduced me to the tech. And then I was just like, this thing, it had too many limitations. The battery would overheat. You couldn't use it more than 3 times in a row. It got dirty easily.
Where the hell did he go?
So I went from like a kind of cheap hand, like, thing from OfferUp to like a brand new top of the line thing.
No. No, wait a second. This should be cosine of direction. Dot x times max move. That's what that should be. And this should be cosine direction dot y, sine of direction dot y times max move. Why am I multiplying? No, it's the other way around. Right? The y component equals... Oh, I don't have the angle. I don't have the angle. I don't have the angle. What is the angle of this vector? What is the angle of the vector? Is there a function for it, so I don't have to do it? Well, I can get the magnitude. Direction dot square root of magnitude. David Winsands in the chat mentioned that he was smoking a J and just chilling.
Nice. Yeah, I just got the Peak Pro, and I freaking love it.
So I thought that it was supposed to be like that. So I don't. Direction times max move. Log max move and move. Oh, magnitude. Go to the bottom. Damn it. Can't see it. Yeah. It's doing exactly what I thought it should be doing. Alright, so why does he always end up? Oh, he's not jittering. Oh, now he is. Why did it take him so long to balance out into that spot? Oh, because I just gotta set him to once he's within the range, just set him to the position. That'll be better. Forgot about that little tiny detail, or else he does bounce back and forth. And then I'm just going to make him a little faster. Huh. Why would there still be a huge difference? If distance to desired is greater than the... Definitely shouldn't be. Desired position. Greater than max move. I'm even tacking on this. I guess set it. Wow. Oh, I shouldn't move max move. I should just do this here in the check, and then actually move him by max move and not the epsilon value. That's where it's messed up too. Ah, still kind of dumb. Why? Max move is that, and move is that. 0.2. 0.2. Well, now he's moving a lot because I'm paused. What the hell? I guess I can say ×2 and just make him skip a frame. What the hell? Set fall speed to 2. Note that the distance can't be that much. Desired position. Oh, desired distance to desired. Oh my god, this is so dumb. Okay, this is position. Alright, now all that stuff will make sense. Yeah. Instant. Cool. Alright, now I just gotta speed him up. Follow speed twice as fast. That's pretty good. What do you think?
You asking me? I don't see it.
What do you mean you don't see it? I've been sharing my screen since the whole call started.
Oh yes. Oh, I've had my eyes closed this whole time.
It's pretty good follow speed.
Nice. I like it. I like how there's like a cushion, so
Yeah.
it's not directly. Like there's a lot. I don't want to.
I mean, I could get pretty far away, but he catches up pretty quick. So.
Yeah. So it seems like he's changing his speed depending on how far away he is.
No,
constant,
his speed is constant. He just always follows.
Interesting. Is there like an easy ease curve on that, like pathfinding to get to you?
No, it's just, you know, you can see that he's adjusting it every time I move up or down, right? And he's just moving linearly, like in a straight line toward me, no matter what. It's just
Oh,
It looks like it's a path. It looks like it's curved because I'm moving in a curve. So he's constantly adjusting it, right? His direction that he wants to go.
that's pretty neat.
But at any moment, he's just going in a straight line.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. If you had a sunrise in the background, dude,
Dude.
be pretty sweet.
Guys, and your suggestions. Alright, so that takes care of the follow script. Alright, we took care of the doctor's conversation. We got the follow script working. What else is on the list? Following player, walking around, power up robot, day 1. Let's make him shoot, man. That sounds like more fun than doing animation frames and making him walk and transform.
Walking, talking. Shimmy, shimmy.
Rock'em sock'em, walking, talking robots.
Robots. Spooky, spooky Halloween.
So I want him to shoot, so I gotta give him a gun, I guess. He's got a gun. It has no bullet, so I'm gonna give him this homing bullet. Okay. What's up with this bullet? It is a player type bullet that's homing. It has a move speed of 10. That seems really fast.
Can you give me a reference of how small 400 bytes is in code?
400 bytes?
Yeah.
What do you mean by in code? Like the size of a file? Like the size of a...
Yeah.
Like a script file or the size of a file you're downloading?
A script file. It's basically like a GitHub repo, and it's saying that it's called React Ridge State, and it's one of its biggest features is that it's very tiny. It's only 400 bytes.
The entire repository?
Yeah.
That is pretty small. Yeah, I mean, you can imagine that if you're talking about a text file, each character is 1 byte in size. Right, so you're talking 400 characters, potentially.
Damn, not even 400 lines, 400 characters.
I mean, they could minify it to put it all in one line, right?
Each character?
No, the entire script in one line.
Yeah.
Some people do that.
Well, it does if you use one of those bundler things. It'll do that anyway, right?
Yeah.
Uglification, or whatever it's called.
So this homing bullet's going to be the same thing, I guess. Whereas move type is homing. So same thing. Vector 2 move equals direction equals move speed. I thought I had a different sprite for this though. See if it's here. Bullets, bullet ships player. It wasn't just that one. Test. Oh, these were pretty cool. Explosions, bullet trail. That's a thing. Let me grab that thing. Yeah, I guess it was really none of these. Or I'll have to go look. Let's go Go back to the Kickstarter video and look. See at which part of the video the robot comes in. Oh, there he is. Oh, okay, it's the player bullet. Okay.
Oh, this is what it looks like. Oh, what? It's too large of a file?
Bullet missile? Is that what it is? Okay.
This is what the that's a funny file name. This is what this the login screen looks like now.
Oh, sweet. Please log in.
It does. The GIF doesn't
Oh,
look
okay.
completely because it's just a GIF that clips. That's why there's like a sharp cutoff at the
The
light.
top one?
But it's, yeah, that's what it just like, but it just fades in and out. I found out some pretty interesting things about like more things about CSS. You can use layer blend styles in CSS, like Photoshop, like color burn, linear burn, overlay, screen. That's fucking wild.
Come a long
So
way.
it's funny because normally GIFs you can't do transparency. You can only do dithering. Well, you can do transparency, but you can't do semi-opacity. It's either transparent or solid, right?
I can see
With the
some
pixel.
dithering.
Where?
Or, I don't know, maybe that's
I mean,
purposeful.
technically,
No, it's not dithering. Sorry,
Right.
that's not dithering.
yeah. Dithering is like what the little thermal printers do to do shading.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
They separate the dots.
Yeah,
And
and then they
so-
get more and more, or less and less dense.
Right. So before I had the glow from the A actually extend outside of like the coin talisman, whatever that is. But then the dithering, once it went outside the coin, made it look really freaking choppy and weird. So I just kept it inside. And then while doing the water, I wanted to do it, but then it made the water look weird because it would have to dither it to make it kind of transparent. And if I made the whole layer opacity like 0.5 or something, stuff within it wouldn't work as much. But I just used a layer style, like screen, I think it was, or overlay, and you can see through it, and like it makes the colors work well. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a bullet. Explosion player, yeah, that's fine. 1 damage, that's fine. So what it's supposed to do is, so it's gonna move and then position plus equals move, and that'll be that. Now if I add shooter to the robot, should just start auto shooting, but he doesn't have a target.
I see. He used this to create.
Auto shoot every
this.
1 second, 1 bullet. See if that does anything. Oh, it shoots. It just shoots towards 0, 0. Alright, that's fair. I'll put the gun position here.
Centralized storage. What's that? I apparently have a tab open for how to mix grout.
Alright, so let's see, find target. How about that?
Vila here.
Oh, if homing, find target. That's going to be a vector 2. Oh, what? I already wrote that? I just never implemented it. Oh, return vector 2, 0. Nice. Alright. Target. Best target. Best distance equals float.max value.
So I went to that. Conflux event. Yesterday.
Oh, right. Cool.
It was pretty interesting. I like that what their V2, I guess it is now, that they're doing is pretty cool. Like the way that they are trying to. So apparently, like things in the blockchain, when they get authorized, everything is sequential, right? Like they can only process one authorization of block at a time. They can only, process one block at a time. But what they're trying to do, or I guess they have something called a tree graph, which is basically like a visualization of how they go through processing the blocks. So it's like they have this time frame called an epoch. And an epoch is just a tick, like a unit of measurement. The server decides overall when two things happen at the same time. The server decides who wins, kind of thing. But there are branching paths, so it can actually process multiple blocks at the same time because it creates these things called edges that are basically links between blocks, so it can abstract the process of processing those blocks instead of having it be on like a queue, like a very linear queue. Every time it gets a new block, it sees where it can put it. It creates either a parent link or a dependency link. I think that was I know one of them's parent. I forget what the other one. The other one's an alternative link. But essentially, when you draw it all down, it creates like this flow where there can be multiple blocks processing simultaneously, and it doesn't matter when they finish processing if they finish out of order, because the edges keep the storage of the sequence and what should be stored first and what should be put after, kind of thing, right? So even if it finishes asynchronously, it still gets synchronized and put in chronologically by way of its algorithms, how it figures out, like I was telling you, who goes first, what it is, and they use epochs as the measurement, and this is just constantly happening all the time. So it's really cool. I'm thinking about, I want to know if there's ways to grab that data so I can make a visualizer of it in-game. That would be awesome. But I don't know if that particular data is like proprietary backend to their network, instead of like queryable.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it would be very difficult to do. Just because of needing all the information from all the nodes potentially currently processing.
Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't need all, right? I would just need a snippet, an example. And it doesn't necessarily have to be happening in real time. So I'm thinking if it can just query for an epoch, let's say, right? And then create that epoch visually. Of like the things that happened within that epoch. Now, I don't know the scale, because that one epoch could still hold like hundreds of thousands of blocks. And I don't know. So if that's the case, I would just need a sample size. Something to grab the data to be able to show visually what's happening, but not the entire network. I definitely don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shoot, I'm sure you could even do some kind of, like those tabletop water and oil kind of paperweight things that they used to have. They were kind of big when we were younger. Where you would like spin them around and they would kind of separate again. Like if you can make that kind of visualization with like Matter.js or some kind of physics engine, and like graph data.
Okay.
But there's some big opportunities out there for like hackers and people who really understand Web3 stuff, because there's bounties everywhere. There's like a phrase that's popping up by these, like, I guess, fortunate hackers that is code is law. I think code is law. And basically it just means like if you're allowed to get away with it in the code, then it's legal. Because it's so new, there's no real laws against stuff like that. If there's a fault in your code and it allows someone to exploit it, that's kind of like the fault of the code. It's kind of what people are seeing it as.
Yeah, but there are actually laws when it comes to like the World Wide Web, at least.
Yeah, it just doesn't cover everything, crypto.
No, it doesn't.
There are like loopholes and stuff you can get people on, sure. But that specific thing, it's like, well, your machine messed up, right? It's like going to an ATM and it just starts spitting money at you. Remember, like 90s movies always showed that.
Yeah.
I don't think the bank can then be like, you gotta give that money back.
Yes, they can. Technically.
I don't think they have to.
They don't have to if they don't want to. I mean, the people, if there's an error in the bank and they accidentally give you money and you don't give it back, they can definitely come after you.
Well, if you're still in their system, yeah, but
I guess. I mean, they would know that you withdrew it, right?
Well, they would just have control over your account, so they could take it.
Depends on how much it is, also. If it's like $1 million, they would just send the government after you.
Oh, if you took it out, yeah, if you like withdrew it and were on the run.
Yeah, if it was just like accidentally deposited into your account, they would just undeposit it.
Right, exactly. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Hell no, I play by Monopoly rules. Bank error in your favor. There is no other card that says give back that money to the bank.
Show me a Monopoly, Your Honor.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it says. So, where the hell? Is player ship? Player has been in, has player. Alright, I'll just use all that. Has player, player has been in, or S dot is player ship. Then continue. Otherwise, measure target. Float distance equals
Find target.
So I can get this. Yeah, I'm doing a homing bullet. So to position equals transform by position. Very similar to what I just did with the very similar to what I just did with the robot following you. Except this one will be slightly different in the sense that it can't exactly follow you. It's going to do more of what you said earlier, where I'm going to rotate by a specific amount toward the direction that my target is in. So if like the target, well, you can't see my webcam. So if they're in one position, like in the center, and
I
I'm
can only
coming,
imagine what you were trying to
right?
diagram.
It's almost like gravity would be. It's almost like it's pulling it toward it, right? So you can move the dot around, and it would be pulled toward that direction. It wouldn't just move linearly like the robot does. So it
Gotcha.
would start rotating its velocity in that direction, so it could end up curving around it and hitting something else, right?
And that's just for visualization's sake.
Well, no, I mean,
Really?
if there were a real homing bullet coming at you, you could dodge it and have it hit something else, right? It wouldn't always be going straight toward you. It would be going in a vector that's kind of in your direction. And then if you move, it would adjust its vector toward you, but not perfectly in your direction, just a little bit more toward you. So it could get to a point where it starts circling you, and if it can't adjust its vector like closer to you fast enough, it would just orbit you forever.
Okay. It would be cool if it had like a momentum, and like its momentum determined its drag.
Sure, I guess.
My ship will rip through yours like tissue paper. Mine's carrying mines.
Okay. Distance between my position and the S dot. S transform position. So best distance. So I should just calculate best distance. Okay. Float best distance equals float max value. If distance is less than best distance equals distance, and best target equals best dot transfer dot position. And it'll have to iterate over everything, sadly, so I'm thinking that this is not a great way to do it. If two
Oh, this is pretty dope. Check this out.
can be too slow. If
Are we ever gonna do a freaking game jam?
enemies are on the screen. I don't know if you pay attention to the Super Game Bros Discord. There's been, I don't know if you have it on mute or something.
I just have a bunch of stuff.
Oh. Brioshin said they wanted to do another one. Only because they were thinking about joining one this weekend. And they were like, dude, do one this weekend. And I was like, no. It's way too soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, again.
I mean, we could just do a freaking game jam, but not like
What's
make
a
a game
game
jam,
jam?
just participate in one.
What is a game jam? Someone just asked. Here is an example of a game jam.
So what does not know what a game jam is? Lucky you.
Oh,
Oh,
just post our YouTube video.
yeah, exactly.
Where is that at? Where is
Watch
that
it.
link? Where's that link? YouTube.com. Super Game Bros YouTube.
Yeah. It's a fun contest for game makers.
Are you doing it like blather around?
Not ancient tortoise winged being.
That's actually a video
What's
by
that?
us explaining dumb game jam ideas and things, and
Yeah.
how to do
It's just-
them.
It's a rough overview, kind of tips and tricks. People, it's really easy to want to go hard and or go home kind of mentality, but you're gonna like shoot yourself in the foot if you do that. Everything's great because you make so much progress at the beginning, and then you're just like this fried fucking zombie for the next like 10 hours.
I wonder if there's a way around it. Cocaine, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Adrenaline, like Crank, just keep shooting adrenaline into your leg.
Oh yeah. It better be the best damn game you ever made.
At the end, it's just like a mess.
Yeah.
It's like the kind of game that somebody was like fucking cranked on adrenaline all day long would love to play. Okay, it's fucking great. You should go over here, and you gotta fly, and you gotta shoot those buttons, and you gotta... Don't worry, you're gonna die, you're gonna... Just like the whole game is like that, like no one else would enjoy it.
Where are the enemies? Oh, now they're there. Oh, what's up with all these bullets? Where are they going? Why are they moving so fast?
Whoa, how do they do this? This is amazing.
Probably stealth time would help. Remember Max Payne. I never played it.
I did. Pretty cool.
Alright, just
That was before Bullet Time got played out.
Alright, now he's shooting off into vector max distance. Okay, that was before Bullet Time got played out, yeah.
We'll see how much bullet time they do in the new Matrix.
Slow motion coding.
I think that's like normal coding.
If target position by x is greater than less than 0, or target position by x is greater than I don't know, level manager camera dot size width get width. Get width, get
Are you gonna watch the thing?
what are you talking about?
Mr. Ricks? Matthew Ricks?
What?
Matrix?
Of course I am.
Alright.
Continue. And then I guess if target, oh, let's just define the target. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, this is the bullet itself. Oh, each bullet? Ah, the bullet should just set a target after it shoots. Oh, that's probably better. Oh, let's... Yeah, so... Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. We'll see how that works out. Let's say just don't do it. So they're all really far. Now they're here. Okay, so that's really fast. Maybe it's too fast. What's the bullet speed here? 5, let's say it should be 3. Okay. Think. Okay, so along with position getting updated, so I don't want to move, say move toward the direction. I just want to adjust my own direction. Yeah, so let's say I have a direction. I do have a direction, right? You ever done a Unity build to WebGL? Yes.
Temporarily.
Yeah. I have.
I don't understand how it worked beautifully for a short amount of time.
Yeah, and then they break. I don't know why. They're really finicky, and depending on your browser and depending on the version of Unity, just like it may or may not even work. It just sits there on the loading screen and does nothing. It ran in the browser. I think, yeah, that's where it's supposed to run. That's good. Oh, I do have a direction here, so I'm going to adjust my direction. Direction equals, okay, so I can't just straight up do that. What I can do is say if target.x is less than, it does have parallax scrolling. Thank you for noticing.
We're parallax guys.
Position.x, then direction.x minus equals some amount time.delta time. Sure, that seems a little slow. I'll do like times 5. Let's just do move speed. I got parallax by having 2 cameras. Yeah. That's interesting. So the cameras are moving at different speeds. And they're in like way different positions. Something like that. Else if target.x is greater than equals greater than position.x. Direction.x plus equals speed. If target.y is less than position. Direction.y minus yeah. Speed time else if target.y is greater than camera 1 follows player, camera 2 mimics camera 1's movement at slower speed at totally different location. That's pretty cool. I mean, I guess that would be good for like, well, I don't know. I've never tried that before, but it totally makes sense. Yeah. And then you just set like the render order of the camera. direction.y plus equals. I just have objects scrolling at different speeds. Looking at background sprite. Nice. All right, let's see if that's quick enough to adjust. Kind of has some curvature to it.
Curvature.
Oh shit, the bullets are like all over the place. It actually does work pretty cool. It's exactly like I thought it was. However, they're moving too fast for their own good. I'm gonna say like move speed of 2. Let me just make sure that that's correct. Yeah, move speed of 2. It's kind of working. So this has to actually, they have to be able to adjust their direction a little bit better. Move speed times 3. Let's try that. Or, you know what? Direction adjustment speed times 3. Direction adjustment speed.
Okay.
Yo, Dan, you have a Switch, right? I just thought about that.
Oh,
wait.
Hey.
How many people can play online together at the same time? Is there a limit? Is it just 4 people, or can you get 6?
Actually, I have no idea.
Is he still on? Let me see. Yeah, he's still there. He does have a Switch, I know it. Oh, but that totally adjusts the... Right. Okay. It's not necessarily what I want, because... Yeah, this has to be clamped. So...
Oh yeah, it's Tuesday. Oh, tell me you got cups.
Son of a... You know, I haven't been to the store.
You know what? We're gonna need a store break later because I need to go also.
I have not been to the store.
I need beer. I'm doing beer this time, man. Those shots add up, man. Last couple of times get really rough.
Oh man.
Especially like after the call's over and after you like stop playing games and like doing things to kind of like burn off that extra drunk, man, it just hits you like a freight train.
Oh yeah, Dan, you have a Switch, right? Dan. You know what? Let me just go ahead and ask you the second question while you're still formulating the answer. Do you also have Mario Party on the Switch?
Do you know what Switch is? The Muffin Man.
And if everybody else has played Mario Party on the Switch, do you know if there's a limit to how many people can play online simultaneously? Oh, you have yeah, there's a stream lag. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? Can I set what server I'm connected to? Is that like a thing I can do? Maybe I'm like pointing to California or something.
So nice to play.
Oh, he does not have Mario Party. Or he does not know whether or not. I don't know. He just said, I do
What
not.
the fuck?
Stream Twitch server. Oh, it says automatic. So I don't know. I don't know what Twitch server I'm connected to. I keep looking like I'm off center. There we go. All right, so
Off center, bro.
direction dot magnitude is greater than 1.
Your cap got detated.
Or wait, no. I can just do direction dot normalize. Direction equals direction dot normalize. Oh, right, because you're using the TV app. I don't know why TV apps are so bad. Also, PS4 apps are bad. Like streaming apps.
PS4, are they? Why?
Yeah, like Netflix on the PS4, HBO on the PS4. They're all really slow. You're really playing around with this homing. Oh, God, missed it. You're playing around with this homing missile speed.
Homie missile?
Homie missile.
It's like it comes out the side of your ship. It's like, hey, it gives you like a fist bump before it goes and like kills somebody.
Oh, nice. These are great. You should check this out.
Alright. Hold on.
All right, check out this, and you'll see what I mean with the gravitation instead of the direct follow. So right now there's no targets. He's just shooting off into oblivion.
Oh, I thought anti.
And now there's some targets. Right, so kind of see them.
Whoa! He's creating orbitals.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. I think they're a little slower than they used to be. So you got to play around with it because, like, the slower they are, or if they move faster, you also have to make them adjust their rotation faster. I just got my WebGL build working by checking the correct option. That sounds like something that makes sense for Unity. Nice. Just check the various checkboxes until it works. Classic Unity. Now I have to make sure that the missile is rotated correctly. So let's do rotation, which those don't rotate. So we have to do 3 Euler equals Euler. Okay, so now that I have the direction, okay, so Euler.z should equal I believe it makes sense to be the tangent of opposite, no, the inverse tangent, right? Because opposite over adjacent is the tangent, so inverse tan, where's the other tangent? arctan? No. Atan? Returns the arctangent, the angle whose tangent is f. Right.
You can have stuff go after an else statement, right?
Have stuff go after an else statement. What do you mean?
Like an else statement doesn't have to return. You can do if, else, and then more code underneath that.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
If you're just doing like a basic, just basic branch. You can do branches inside of branches anywhere. They don't have to be the end all be all of a block of code.
Right. Okay.
So direction.y, direction.x. And that's in radians, so radians degrees. Let's see if that's correct. That looks right. Yep. Trigonometry pays off again.
Ergonomics.
There's no limit to how many else ifs. Else must be the final statement. There can be either 0 or 1. What? You mean else statements? Yeah, you can't have more than one else statement in the same block of if else.
Can't you do if else, if else, if else?
Oh,
if
you could do that infinitely, yeah.
Yeah.
But the final else statement, no, not more than one. That would not make sense.
Oh, like else, else, else. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that okay.
I mean, because else is just like, if every other thing fails, do this. So you can't do another one of those. Alright, so that is that. That's good enough. I got homing bullets working. Let me add a little trail to it. Let's see, bullet trail. Explosion, hit sound. What about this? Object, trail. I'm gonna make a trail. This is here. Literally every time I say this is, you say that.
I know. I've Pavlovianly trained myself.
Yeah. Or you've Pavlovianly trained myself to pause every time I say it. And, you know.
Whoa. I've also been
Pavlovianly
fucking trained by the now that's what I call music lineups. Like when if I hear a song from one of those commercials that I remember, I only remember however long that song snippet was, and then my brain immediately flips to the next song of that commercial, as if I'm like, you know, scanning through the CD. It has to be given. Oh, because there's only ever going to be one control. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
What the hell's wrong with this statement? Ambiguity between trail timer and trail timer? Do I have a trail timer already? Oh. And let's see here. Else trail timer instantiate trail position, or just position, query that again. That's it. And I'm just gonna make a trail object. Let's get out of this. Oops. Square black. Where's bullet trail? Bullet trail. Oh, I do have it already.
So works. I don't even need this.
Bullet trail 1, that's fine. This is gonna have fade out die. Fade out, shrink. Fade out and shrink. Then die. It's a great name for a script. Alright, so.
Why are the animations not clean? Again.
Die speed. Or, yeah. It's gonna take. So, probably 3. And then.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna assume it has a sprite render. Sprite render. Is sprite. Is null somehow. Just destroyed. See it, and then
Okay, so it's scene.main player spread. That's what it is.
3. What the hell is 3 even mean? Let's just say how long it should take to die. Die time. Oh, okay, yeah. So float die time.
Main player. Dot stop.
Die time. Initial. Die time initial equals die time. Ratio equals die time divided by die time initial. Color C equals color C dot A equals ratio. Color dot color equals C dot C. Vector 3 equals scale.
Oh, you're good at building like jump arcs, right? Actually,
Yeah, why? Local scale. Dot x equals ratio.
I want to make a little jump arc animation.
Alright. If ratio is less than or equal to 0.01. I don't know. 0. Screw it. No, I don't want that. Math. Just go ahead and destroy this thing. And then die time. That's 10. Okay.
Oh, right. Update controls. I haven't set it in.
So bullet trail goes here. And if I go to bullet homing, bullet script, give it a trail, should pump out some trails. Nope. It does not pump out trails.
Happy trails, Hans. Oh.
Probably because I didn't give it the bull. Oh, I did.
All right. This.
Citation and private key to use. What? You shared a private key? I still don't have access to this, by the way. I don't know why it doesn't load. Okay. Done. Why is this thing not pumping out trails? Alright, bullet trail. Bullet. If trail's not equal to null, if trail timer is greater than trail time, instantiate the trail. What's trail time?
Oh, that's why, because there's no
0.1.
default.
So it should be doing it. It's gonna shoot a bullet. There it is. Oh, there's a bullet trail. Where is it? Oh, right. It can't be seen because I didn't do the damn thing. It's on the bullet layer. There we go. Now we should start seeing some trails. There they are. That's pretty good. Kind of like that with the arcs. Maybe it's not enough trails, but let's do it more often. It's in the bullet, right? So it has a trail time. No, that's not public or whatever. Public. Is it not? Is that my... What do you mean it's not valid? It's not a private IP address. What do you mean? Some IP addresses have 255 in them. What are you talking about? Alright, so trail time, I'm just gonna do like twice as many. Wait, where did I just type that? 0.05. What do you mean try again? Oh, the website. There we go. That looks more like it. Yeah, okay. Alright, now the well, the website loaded, but there's no, it's all blank. I didn't get like a timeout or anything. But the website is completely, oh. No, I'm getting like a parked domain. Yeah. Gotcha. Well, I'll check it again in a bit. In the meantime, I think I'm pretty much done for today. Let me update. Where's homing bullets? Got 'em, done. Power up robot, let's take that down. It's just 3 days left now. That could actually only be like 2 days now, honestly. We'll see. Because a lot of it's done. I just gotta get the transition between walking and stuff. I got that part done. Following player when walking. The only other thing I need is power up robot 2 with laser.
Game scene.
So I'm gonna be cautious and say 2 days. Cool, I thought this was gonna take way longer, but I got a lot of it done today. Alright,
Still undefined. What the fuck?
thanks for hanging out, everybody. That is the stream for today. I'll be back tomorrow, finishing up more of this robot stuff. Yep. Peace out.